Da 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 da. Come, they told me, pa rum pum pum pa. A newborn king to sing, pa rum pum pum pa. Welcome to Being Human podcast with me, yours truly, Agnes Maggimbi. Happy holidays. Imagine we are ending 2024. Wow. It's so scary. But yeah, we are finally sliding down to 2025. And from me to yours, Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year 2025. This marks the end of Being Human podcast season 1. Ta-da! Imagine how we started. I did not think that we would have 8 episodes, really speaking, because you know when you start something and you're just like in fear, you're like, I'm just trying this out. Will it catch up? Will people like me? Will I be good for the camera? All those questions kept lingering in my mind. But guess what? We have 8 episodes of Being Human podcast. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you so much for watching. For those that have endlessly watched those episodes, you that does not comment as well. You know, when you meet somebody, it's like, I was watching your episode, but I'm like, but you don't comment. I don't see you like it. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for welcoming me into the podcast world. Whomst am I to be this special? But this episode is practically dedicated to the year 2024. You know, when you start the year and you're like, what am I supposed to do this year? I was telling friends that 2024 has been so personal because with me, this is the year that I actually put down things and I got disciplined enough to actually execute. And when I was starting the year, I remember sometime in Feb, I told friends that this is not the year for you to invite me for parties. This is not the year for you to just tell me, Aggie, we're in this bar, there is vibe, please come. I just told them that this year is a bit personal. If I'm doing anything this year, it has to be very intentional to me and the things I like. And one of them involved me stepping away from the nightlife. Yeah, those days of us being in the bar until blah 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 certain time. This year was not I was not among for a few occasions, yes, but yeah, I was literally just doing things that mean something to me and to my spirit. And these are intimate things that all of us miss, like hanging with friends, catching a movie, going for like painting, let's paint something, let's go and create art, let's learn how to like make pots, small things that are really like intimate. Other people don't consider those things, but well, I for one, I had to put into practice those particular things that actually make my soul dance. But you that has just joined in, welcome to Being Human podcast. This year, we're just highlighting the things that 2024 has taught us. It's still a journey in progress, and I'm still a student, but at least I was able to like kick off some things and know that, you know what, if I'm leaving 2024, I should be better. I should be a better human beings. And one of them was intentionality. You know how you live life and you're just like, whatever comes, whatever comes, whatever goes. That used to be me. I knew the things that I really wanted to do for myself, but I was not putting into the intention. I was not intentional enough to make sure that I actually succeed on those things. And these are small things. You know, you can be intentional about waking up like very early in the morning. Let me say you're intentional about waking up at 6 or 7 or earlier than that. But because we know like each day will come each day, so we miss those small steps. Yet ideally, small steps lead to bigger achievements. So me, I had to put down certain things of, I want to be better at this, so let me be intentional. And one of them, of course, was with my space, people that come into my life. Those days I used to be open book, like I receive whoever comes, whoever goes, whoever comes, whoever goes. Like I have a phone book of people that I don't really interact with. They don't really check up on me. On a few occasions, when you put up a WhatsApp status, then this person actually comment, yet they are not in your life. So I started with my phone book. You know, this person, are they in my life? How long have I known them? Do I need them? Do they add anything to me? No. I had to delete those numbers. The other thing about intentionality with me, with friends. You can have friends and you do not categorize them. Like you're just calling everyone, this one is my friend, this one is my friend. But yeah, when you get down to the round table of, okay, this person is my friend, but how often do I check up on them? How often am I in their life? How often are they in mine? When I'm actually battling something, do they know? Can they get a signal? And of course, we say some things, people, you have to talk and then people get to know and find out that, you know what, things are rough. But again, are they your intimate friends? Because when you have friends, you have to like categorize the intimate circle, the social circle, the people we just meet in social spaces. You're in some club, then you meet a bunch of people. Then you consider everyone your friend because of course you have their phone numbers, and then you meet a few occasions over drinks, and then maybe you see them week 1, week 2, but are they your friends? So I had to also map out all that. Friends, intimate, social space, acquaintances, colleagues. Some of us confuse the work thing. You get into a workspace and you're just confusing this whole thing, or this one, okay, they are my friends. Then you start telling them your intimate jazz, how you're struggling at home, how your father did what, how your family is blah, 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 blah. No, I had to actually map out everything. Workmates, colleagues, acquaintances, and intimate space. Now, the other thing about intentionality was also around family. You guys, you know, you can have family and family does not come out. Like family is family, but they're not in your life when things are drowning. You have family, you say that this one is family, but they're not in your life. They don't know what's happening with you. And then you're like, I have family, but I feel like I'm alone now, blah, 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 blah. So this year was also a year for me to work around, okay, these are my family members, we are related, etc. But among these, who are those ones that actually know me deep? Who are those ones that actually will call and check up on me when I'm just silent for a day or a week? They'll just be like, oh, Siri Senyo, are you all right? So I had to also map those ones. And I got intentional with those. That, you know what, this person is in my life. This person when I'm stranded. Yeah. And how am I also showing up for them? When they have birthdays for their kids, am I that auntie that shows up? Or am I this busy auntie of like, I'll send you money and then... No, I also had to be intentional with family. especially for those that come. For me, the ones that look after me, the ones that you actually tell your problems. Because, we can actually have family and they're not there for you. Yeah, we've seen it. Then the other thing around intentionality for me was relationships. You have relationships with these people, but they are not adding anything to you financially, physically, or emotional growth. Yeah, you have these people in your life, but when you're going through a rough patch, like you can't even tell somebody, you know what, I had a bad day, this and this and this happened. And for a mental health advocate, it's letting out. Letting out makes you be a better person. Letting out solves things. So you're supposed to practice being open, talking about things so that they do not really affect you internally. But again, for me, I did not have like that safe spot for me to actually tell people that this and this is happening, because I had people that were in my life, yet I'm just around them because of how I expect them to be. I don't know if you relate, but it's like you're in the imaginary, you imagine somebody should act like this, so you just keep them around, you love the imagination. I think that's the right thing. So these people, they're not really adding anything to you, but because you're just imagining that, okay, maybe if they can do it, maybe then you give them that space of, and they are not doing year one, year two. So I had to be intentional with my relationships, and I had to zero down on things that do not serve me. If I know this friend, okay, we meet, but when I meet them, we're just on gossip. It does not help me as a human being. This person, yes, I love them. They say they love me, but they are not contributing to anything that will actually grow my spirit. I had to cut them off. And yeah, I had to make the hardest decisions, but also they made me a better human being. So I comfortably sliding into the year 2025 with an intentional mind. And one of the things that I actually had to learn the hard way this year was not to have a savior mentality, you guys. I think when you are recovering from people pleasing, or not necessarily people pleasing, because I'm very empathetic. Like somebody will come and tell me their problems, even when I have like 1,000 shillings. I'll just give it to them, and then I be broke. That's who I was. And then I had to resonate with this quote that says, you can't pour from an empty cup. So 2024 has been about me feeding my cup. Or somebody will come and say this, and I'm like, no, I can't. No, not possible. You call me, oh, let's be here. And then I'll be like, no. I can't afford. Sometimes we can't even tell people we cannot afford things because we fear embarrassment. No, 2024 was a highlight for me to actually be bold enough that if I cannot afford this, I boldly tell somebody, today I'm broke, today let me just chill home, today this and this and that. And it has helped me from the embarrassments, from those things that come. You can hang with people and then they're like, yeah, she's broke. I'm the one that feeds her. We have those people around us. Yeah. But 2024 has helped me not to be that person, not to have the savior mentality. You can be thinking you can save everyone, but when you're having issues, no one is there to save you. So this year just taught me that, you know what, to each and their cross. So let me first carry my cross. When I cross to the what? So busy. Then I can pick other people. And I became more selfish with myself, with my time, and things have gotten a little better because, yes, you know, when you're selfish, you bypass certain things that can actually affect you because you're thinking for yourself. Now, the other thing I had to learn in this year was to... Now, this is a hard one because actually a friend of mine was telling me on Saturday, I had to conduct something, and she was telling me the other Saturday, she just told me, Aggie, you're a special person. So special people do not have to have much to be a threat. And this is something that when I was growing up, I used not to get it. Like you reach places and people don't like you. And it will hurt me. So I found myself molding or compromising to be liked in places, or befriending people, or allowing people in my space that I wouldn't have allowed in the first place, but because I was trying to be liked, to be the sweet girl, to be the nice person. So I fold myself to allow these people into my space. And that brings... Of course, you know how when people are seeing you from afar, they think like you're that it girl. And then when they come into your space, then you get comments of, Kali wali 𝑯𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒔𝒕, or what we thought of 𝑯𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒔𝒕. Like I would get those comments. If somebody sees you from afar, they think like, 𝑑𝒐𝒅𝒄𝒂𝒔𝒕, you're normal. So I was a bit confused of, what do you mean? Me, I'm the same person year in, year out. But because I have this, I don't know what God put on me, but yes, I am very intimidating. I am a very intimidating person. So this year is when I actually settled with that fact that, you know what? I don't need to belong. If I am in a place and I've landed, I'm going to intimidate some people, but then let me not try to, like, it's called, the Bible calls it what? I'm trying to forget, like the name has skipped. No, conform. Those days I'll try to like conform a bit. But these days I can come to a place, I don't need to conform to your standards. I don't need to belong. I don't need to have friends. I'll just be there, have a good time. If I need to have a good time, then leave. I'll not even try to be friends with people because that has ruined me in very many ways. Conforming to people, compromising myself, befriending people, allowing people in my space. They only befriend you, then they find something, a little nugget about your weakness, then they use that against you. So I think this year I was like, I'm done. I'm done trying to be the nice person. I'm done trying to make people love me. You know, when you walk into a room and people are intimidated, at first, they will hate that about you. Then, of course, when you're a nice person, then they come a bit closer. And when they come a bit closer, then they get your weak points and then they use those same exact things to you. So I think this year is when I settled into the fact that, you know what, I don't need to have many friends. And it's not even friends alone. Even the men that you find just try to humble you because you give them a certain vibe. Then when they get you, they just want to humble you. And this year I was like, you know what? I'm just tired. Everybody wins. But don't come to me. Don't disrupt my space. I'm not going to be friendly to anyone. I'm not allowing in people in my space. I am very intimidating. God-given talent, and I'm keeping that way. So, next one. And the other thing I'm taking out from 2024, oh God, this is something that I should have started with. But this year has also been spiritual. When we say these things, people do not understand. They be like, kati olokose nnyo kati. But when you humble yourself enough and you start talking to that man above, let me tell you something. You do not know how you slide through hardships. Because this year was a bumpy ride. A bumpy ride. The situations that I just look at them like, oh God. But when you have the man above in your space, in your corner, you guys, he listens. And he gives you peace that surpasses human understanding. Like, people look at you and they be like, you look nice. Yet your world is actually like shattering. But amidst the world shattering, you are looking nice. You are healthy. You are actually, how is it called? You are glowing. That's been this year. Like, well, things are not yet put together, but that man above has been my buddy. And if you allow him to be closer to you, well, you might have that glow. But for me, he has done it. And I know all of us have like different religions. I'm not telling somebody, but I believe all of us have something that we believe in, and whatever you believe in, keep believing in that. But for me, I'm ending this year singing 𝑑𝒐𝒅𝒄𝒂𝒔𝒕. The other thing that I'm taking out from this year, oh God, I'm taking out peace. You know, when you are, we focus so much on the outside, and the outside has a lot of superficial things. The outside has a lot of things that the world expects us to have. I've ever been in a social space, and when you talk to people, when you actually sit down and just follow conversations of people, they're just bragging about, I have this much in treasury bonds. I have this much in NSSF. I'm building here. I've just bought land here. Well, I'm building a mansion here. My job has just given me blah, 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 blah. So, you know, you hang with these people and their conversations about much. Figures. And of course, the world, the capitalistic state considers that as. But again, to me, I think this year, it's been like you're working on the inside. And when you work on the inside, it does not matter what you have. I think that's why some of us like intimidate people, because they'll be like, you don't have this, but again, why do you command attention? You don't have this, but then, so you find that you keep colliding with people that seem to have a lot with you that doesn't have, and they know you do not have anything, but because to them it's these figures, this much, that's how they equate the world. But this year, I'm just taking out peace. Do you know when you don't have much, but you have that peace? You're not bothered. You're like, okay, nice for you. Well done. That's good. Happy for you. But again, it does not take your peace. Because earlier, just having a conversation with people and then they're just like talking about things, I'll be like affected. I'll go and then think about the fact that I'm a failure. I'll just dream things. I'm like, but why am I like this? And yet, competition is a thief of joy. So you find that you're just in that, okay, I need to actually measure up with these people. Yet you do not know their story. You do not know where they get money from. You do not know what they have to deal with. But because when they're around you, they're just like fronting all that. So you also think that you should be where they are. But tell you what, all of us were put here with a different race. If somebody goes there before you, good for them. If you're slacking a bit behind, it's not yet your time. And peace comes with acknowledging that, you know what, all of us ran a different road, a different race. And it's not a matter of who goes there before, as long as we all get there. So you that was a bit distracted by people having this and this and this, you be there minding your business, then you see people just flying out and you're like, banange. Me, I've not even taken any flights. Like, you know, those things that keep you like on your toes, they keep you like, don't. Just keep a peaceful life, and things happen when we are focused enough, when we actually write down our goals, we can also achieve them. So that was a takeout for me. You can as well practice it. The other thing I'm taking out of 2024, this is something that is close and personal to me, but this same year, I also did a self-touch. I recorded an episode previously, I think it's EP 6 and EP 5, that was talking about how narcissistic people affected me and how I was attracting them. So this year was for me to actually do the self-touch and heal those wounds that were not healed and work on myself. We had an episode, and this counselor was actually saying, before you actually give birth or enter into relationships, you first have to do your self-touch. And many of us cannot even reflect on our lives. Many of us have not even healed. So for me, 2024 was that year of healing. I had to write down things I had to let go of. And it's not been easy, but I had to also exclude myself. I was telling somebody that this year I was telling people, you know what, I can't come out. Like, I feel like I'm in the session that I have to actually get out by myself. And people were not understanding. They're like, but Aggie, come out. It's like, no, this is something I have to do for myself. I have to heal certain things so that when I'm outside, I'm not triggered. And this year was that year of this emotional wound you had. Work on it. This thing used to trigger you. Work on it. You would easily get irritated when people do things. Work on it. This one said some things, blah, blah, blah. They affect you emotionally because you keep thinking, Banange, this person said this and this and this. Work on it. People do not like you. Work on it. People do not validate you. I had to work on all those things because, you know, sometimes you be there wanting to be validated from other people. Sometimes you be just there and you just want to be liked. This is the other that I also noticed. But Banange, I'm not everyone's cup of tea. And that's how it should be. And it's okay. It's okay to just enter a room and not being liked. I had to leave a job where a boss was giving me that energy. She was toxic. And it was a very hard decision, but I was tired. I had to leave. So this year was for me to work around all those certain points that would actually affect me mentally. Yet they were from like the they were like external factors. So I had to like operate in all those things. I was like, you know what? I need to work on this and this and this and this and this and this. And guess what? Now nothing bothers me. If you don't like me, sorry for you. I cannot change anything about myself. I cannot move you to like me. It's okay. Jesus was not liked. Who am I? Who am I to be liked? It's okay. And this leaves me with a clean conscience. It leaves me with a, like, I'm okay. I'm okay. I don't have to torment myself because A, B, C, D, and D said this and this. I don't have to torment myself because the other person does not like me. It's okay. If you don't feel my vibe, sorry, but not sorry. The other thing I am taking out of this year is inner joy. Now, if you know me well enough, I practice self-love. But at certain points, I would miss a few things because I would compromise for other people. But the inner joy I've gotten out of this year did not have to have a crowd. I would do things alone. I'll just wake up and I feel like doing this. If I can, I go ahead and do it. Inner joy was also appreciating my space. I don't have to be in a to appreciate. So inner joy was actually me experiencing the smallest things in life. Like waking up, looking at the sunrise, looking at the sunset, enjoying the breeze, all the small things that make up life, the small things that we do not consider. Small joys, also the fact that I actually leave home and I get home safe. Small joys, like, you know what? I'm not special than the dead, but the fact that I'm still here in this ecosystem means that I'm still God's favorite child. So I had to experience the small joys and not take things for granted. You know, when we have life, we think like, yeah, we are here for a good time. But no, it's just a limited time. So I had to practice inner joy and also gratitude. So I've been very grateful for the sad days, for the happy days, for the moments where I just sit and talk to people, for those moments where I meet a stranger and they smile at me, for those moments where I'm just in stillness. I have been grateful. Now, I don't know what you took out of this year. For me, they've just been small nuggets that I've just highlighted. And trust me, I am entering 2025 with a clear conscience and a better human being. Well, if you have things that you've learned, the bumps that you've experienced this year, you can just throw them in the comment section and we build a community. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. For those that have not yet subscribed to this channel, please, let's grow the big number and be human together. Once again, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and have a fantabulous happy 2025. From me to yours and yours and yours. Merry Christmas. Ciao, ciao.